Good morning, students of BA Part 1, General English. So, this class is for all the students of Part 1. And in the last class, we had discussed about the entire syllabus prescribed in your course for General English class. And as I had mentioned, that most of the grammar portion coming in your course you must have done already in your school, in different classes of your school. So in order to just see and check your own knowledge, you must first of all understand, as I had mentioned in the last class, about the parts of speech. And I told that all the words found in the dictionary, they can be divided mainly into 9 parts, which are called the parts of speech. And they are, as you already I told explained to you, they are the noun, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, prepositions, conjunctions, interjections, and determiners. So, all these words can be divided into these 9 parts depending upon the role or the function they have in a sentence. And elements of a sentence is a separate thing in which we study about the how does the noun or the verb or the adjective play a role with each other, the other parts of speech in a sentence. And accordingly, we have a subject, verb, complement, uh, object, which can be of two kinds, direct and indirect object, and adverbial. So that's another topic. But before moving on to understand the elements of a sentence, it's important to first clear whether you know each part of speech. So let us study today about one very important part of speech, that is verb. So we have already understood from our earlier classes that a sentence can be divided into two parts, subject and predicate. Predicate is the all the part which comes after the subject. What is a subject? First of all, a subject is a collection of words or a word which comes before the verb. So, how do you understand it? This subject is normally made up of which part of speech? It would be a pronoun or a noun or a collection of nouns. For example, Sita plays violin. So, what is the subject? Sita. And what part of speech is Sita? It is a proper noun. If I say I play violin, what is the subject? I. What part of speech is I? A pronoun. I is a pronoun. So, subject comes before the verb. Are you all familiar with what is a verb? As I told you in the earlier classes, verb can be of two kinds. It could be the main verb, which denotes some action, and it could be the helping verb or auxiliary verb, which is, am, are, was, were, which we place according to the gender, the number of the noun. So, according to the tense and according to the gender and number of the number means singular or plural. We cannot say that children, we say children play in the garden. We don't say children plays in the garden. And we will not say the windows is open. What will we say? The windows are open. So, is, are, they are all placed according to the number of the noun and the tense in the verb. So, here we find that subject and predicate. The subject states what a sentence is about. The predicate makes a statement about the subject. For example, look at these sentences. The juggler played with 4 balls. So, what is the verb here? Played. Played is the verb. Anything which comes before the verb is the subject. So, the juggler will become the subject, and everything After that is the predicate. A predicate may consist of a verb and other parts, other elements of a sentence. So in this you only have to find out, like in the next sentence, all the children sang the song. So can you identify what is the verb? Sang. So all the children is the subject, and after that is the predicate. A predicate consists of the verb plus the object or the complement. And in this case, what is the complement or the object? That you have to understand. So, all the children sang what? Sang the song. So, the song is answering the question what, which means it's an object. So, you have to understand what is an object by asking the question whether it answers the question what. The list, in the third sentence, the list is very long. So, the verb you have identified is, which is a helping verb. So, everything that comes before it, that is the list, would be a subject. And the list is very long. So, here very long is defining about the list. So, what will be very long? It is considered to be a complement. What is a complement? That which says something more about the noun or the pronoun preceding it, coming before it. So, the list is equal to very long. So, very long is a complement. Then the players were happy. Again, we find the players is the subject, were is the word, and happy denotes something about the players. So, it's a subject complement. The nightingale has a sweet voice. The nightingale has a sweet voice. The nightingale is the subject, has is a verb. A sweet voice is the complement. These houses have beautiful lawns. So, in these sentences, the words which are printed in bold are predicates, which are printed in bold. So, what you need to focus on is about the different elements of a sentence: the object, the verb, the subject. And when we come to an object, we find that there can be two objects. Objects can be of two kinds: direct and indirect. And when we are able to answer the question what about the noun or the pronoun, it says it's an object, indirect object. And when we say we answer to the question whom, it will be an indirect object. The indirect object always goes before the direct object. So try to understand and go back to your grammar books which you have read in your school, so that you understand the basic concepts about the parts of speech. Only then can you understand the main topic, that is elements of a sentence. So we will continue with another part of speech in the coming classes, and then we will come to the topic of elements of a sentence.